Oh wait, we probably need some starting items or else this is gonna go south fast. On top of that, let's see what I'm gonna do. You know, let's be spicy a bit. And hopefully this does not crash.
But let loose
Like another PvE update comes through and like we're not able to finish this because that happens. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing in this video is first and foremost turning down the master volume a little bit so maybe you can hear me a little bit better. But the idea behind this video is I found a build that I feel like it feels pretty good on Sylas, but I don't think it's a good build overall. But based on my understanding of their kit is kind of why I'm also making this video. Another reason to go over kind of Sylas's kit, and then also why I kind of like this build. I will spoil right now in case you didn't maybe see it or it wasn't shown. We are playing in bots because this champion is still pretty much pick banned. So if I want to get this video out to you guys, I really can't, you know, try and risk playing games before, like, I only got so many hours left in the day before the day ends. And so I am sorry about that. In case you wanted to see some cool gameplay against live opponents, I'm more willing to try and show the build more so than like some sick outplays and stuff. But basically, here's how Sylas's kit works. He's a mid laner and a jungler, or he's supposed to be. We'll see how he ends up. And like we're going against Lux mid here. If you take his Q, which is a chain lash, that's a way to both wave clear CS and also harass opponents if they get in the explosion part. See if I remember how to last hit. It's been a minute. But he is a melee range champion regardless, so you kind of can go like that, trade with Comet as well. I'll go over my runes when I first back. And you can kind of bully a bit at level 1 because of it. But here's the thing, the reason why I'm going for this build that I'm thinking about, because a lot of his recommended stuff is, oh well, that's not good, even if this is bots. A lot of what like is expected to go for him is like burst. You kind of want, like they say, you know, Ludens, stuff like that, and go that route. And I think that's fine, but it leaves him really squishy considering he's someone that kind of wants to go in. So if we take the chains here, right, let's even get Lux to chase us a bit. What you can do now with the Q, the first Q is a dash, the second Q is a hook, bring you to them melee range. And what you saw, there was a bit of a shockwave when I used an ability. There it is again. Oh, I'm about to die. Hold on. Wait. Pause. I'm sorry. Okay, well, look, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my FPS dropped and my ping went up to like 77. Anyways, good point to talk about this. The passive is like a burst. That's like an AoE. Think of it like Jinx, where her rockets do AoE splash damage on things that are nearby. It's kind of that concept, but only in melee range. And the thing about that is, if you missed last week's Wednesday video, which is basically Sylas versus Jinx in a matchup, in case Sylas ends up being kind of a burstier mage that ends up going in the bot, like mages kind of are right now. And the thing is, you kind of want to not be near him when he's using multiple abilities if he has enough mana and enough cooldown reduction, because he'll also get this extra damage around him when that happens. And so the reason why burst is pretty nice... Wow, okay, I literally sidestepped that. I'm just... Man, okay, I'm bad. I'm just bad. I'm just saying I'm bad. The reason why I'm going for this build, though, is because I think it'd be better if he could do more damage over time and survive long enough to actually maximize his passive, doing all that extra damage. I can't last hit. I'm distracted. Apparently I shouldn't do commentary while I'm playing because I can't do it. Oh, wow. Okay. But I think if he would be more, you know, it would be good to be damage over time, being in a fight, because it kind of feels like, in my opinion, an AP bruiser champion more so than, you know, a burst want to try to just smack you up really quick and take you out with the ultimate kind of a champion. Which also works though, mind you, don't get me wrong, it's not that it doesn't work. It's like, it kind of reminds me of AP Sona, right? The optimal way to build her, most likely because you're playing support, is not just full AP, but like full AP Sona is a really good build to play on the champion, especially if you're ahead and you got a bit of a lead or something like that, or you just want to bully, right? It's definitely a thing. So I'm not saying it's a bad way to go, it's the recommended burst way, I'm just saying that he will remain pretty squishy that way. And I don't think you get to maximize his passive then with a more burst build. I think a more damage over time build is kind of the way to go to use that. Now, if that's not the way you want to work, you want to kind of assassinate people straight up front with some AP and stuff, that's totally fine, right? Like, case in point, the W that I kind of really didn't talk about, the Kingslayer here. Basically, we lunge at an enemy, and if they have, or I believe we heal if we have more health, but if we're below 40% health, I got that backwards. We heal if we're below 40% health, but then we do more damage if we're like above that much. Or it's them, it's one of us. It's either they're below 40 or we're below 40, there's a heal, and if we're above that, there's more damage or something like that, right? So there's a lot of options to do a lot of upfront burst damage that will work with burst builds and stuff. I don't know. After playing him a couple times now on the PvE, I kind of like the staying in a fight like on top of a target kind of a thing. Kind of like an engaged champion, right? Like I could go like this, suddenly I'm like at Lux, we're now fighting, I'm doing this. But see, I'm also kind of squishy. I'm kind of also taking a lot of return damage because of the minions, because I'm dumb and not managing the wave good at all, or last hitting worth anything. So those are definitely options. So I could definitely talk your, ear off about the same kind of thing over and over and over. But I don't know, I guess that's my thinking behind this not good but build that we're going to be doing. That right there, a lot of the passive procs. So the passive procs off of everything. So it's not really a cooldown. I don't go in, use the Q, it goes on cooldown. No, if I have all of the abilities and enough mana, it'll just proc after each of them. And I kind of want to just maximize the damage on that, basically, is what I'm saying. Also, Comet's a really good trading tool. As you notice, for a melee champion, I got a lot of range kind of to use, especially with Comet on the tip of the Q, just right on the edge there. Hey, I finally last hit a minion. Be proud of me. Be proud of me in the comments, please. Where's Lux going? Where's Lux going? Okay, that's where Lux is going. Well, guess what, Lux? I'm surprised that she didn't die. She walked out of it and walked back into it. I wonder if she's like, oh, that's what it feels like. She's gone now. I hope, anyways. I don't know how the rest of the map's going. I gave up a kill. I should have made a deal where it's like for every death that I have, I do like a giveaway for everybody that actually watches this video. And then the video might get more than actually 20 views. Anyways. So basically you want to use the Q for wave clear, for poke, for harass, right? That's where all of it is. Then after you use an ability, you get the passive. So we're kind of farming up here horrendously, but we're getting there eventually. Maybe I want to draw this out like a little bit to get to the... Man! I'm just really messing up right now. Yeah, okay, we're done here. We're done here. I'm being made fun of already. I can feel the fun being already made of in the comments below. I will say on a little bit of a serious note, part of why I don't do more gameplay videos is we're on the PvE, so the numbers are a bit better here, but like if this was on live servers, like anytime I try and like record gameplay live with like Fraps or OBS, my FPS, like it tanks to 7. So if anyone's ever curious why I haven't done that in the past, amongst some other reasons of course that we've mentioned over the past couple months with some stuff, that's a major one regardless though, is that we kind of can't. I need a better computer to do that. So the idea behind this build that I'm going for is damage over time, kind of like also like Lichbane, and then also just some beefiness so we can just kind of be in a fight. Because one of the things about Sylas right now, and I don't necessarily know if that's on purpose or not, but he kind of does a lot of damage if you just build like say 3 damage items and then you don't actually go a full-on build. Okay, let me just take a bunch of damage because I'm... See, like here we go. There's the passive, there's the passive, there's the passive. I can't do that because that's actually limited, actually. You can't just do it once again on somebody. There's a cooldown on the ultimate, otherwise Lux is dead right there, and we're on our way. Maybe I don't want to kill her as often because I want the game to drag out long enough for me to actually get golden items, but that's my point. It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's like a waste of an ability, but it does feel like you won't be using that ability often if you're just killing someone super fast. But again, the ability feels like you want to dive in to use it, so it does feel like maybe you want to gravitate towards that. I'm not a Sylas expert. This champion just came out, and even though there are people that probably have grinded a lot of games on them, I'm not one of them. So by no means, I'm not making this video to say like this is actually a sleeper OP build kind of a thing. This is just me being analytical and looking at his kit and being like, I kind of feel like, wow, that actually hit. All right, psych, come here, come here, come here. Jeez. What was I saying before she rudely interrupted us? That I'm gonna gank bot on half health and no mana. This would totally go fine, right? Entertainment value. Anyways, that's all. Just analytically looking at his kit, looking at this passive specifically, looking at how he kind of wants to go in with the chains, stay in melee range with the change, right? The Q is like for wave clear and harass, but otherwise he's basically a melee champion. We're gonna keep the camera locked because why not? I failed. I'm trash. Anyways, jeez, okay, well, it's bots. I didn't expect them to really land the CC, but I kind of did bait them into the fight that they're now going for. Okay, cool. Get out of there, Leona. Please. Anyways, I got distracted. All I was gonna say though was like basically, I don't know, I could be misinterpreting this. There are, you know, actual mid laners who've played a bunch of games on them already who probably give you like a better stuff, but I just look at the kit and be like, it's a lot of melee stuff. And in melee, you can get critted, you can get a bunch of stuff that can kind of actually make your life pretty miserable pretty fast, especially if you're squishy because you're like bursty, right? Like a lot of mages and stuff, maybe they don't have like the super highest of ranges, but they do got like some range on them to be able to do, or have a bit more tools to do stuff, right? And I don't know. Sylas doesn't feel like burst will be the way to go with the way the rest of his kit operates, and I kind of feel like I'm going to be beating at like a dead horse quite a bit, but that's the idea behind this build. Basically, on my next back when I explain my runes too, because I also, in the whole idea of, you know, not wanting to get burst very easily. Okay, you know what? You can have it. You can have it. It's fine. Do you. I need to back anyway, because I need to explain to the person still watching, if they are, what's going on with the rune setup, because that might be something I should have started with. Dear, this is not going good. So for runes, I don't know how well you can see it. I did go sorcery first, comet, like for the poke damage with Q and stuff, mana flow ban, because we run out of mana with our combo pretty fast, transcendence, because I kind of want some more CDR to kind of run through with this build, because I want to be using the passive as well, and then scorch for some earlier game damage, kind of the poke idea. It's like back and forth between late game and like early game, but I went resolve second, kind of with the bone plating and shield bash kind of idea, so that way I can maybe take some damage without dying as fast. Do I have that already? I do. I backed a bit too early, so since I got some time to kill, I need another 20 gold. The idea with the runes is that I can poke and then try maybe get them down with the Q a bit, especially because like in an actual game we'll have a jungler that ganks probably and stuff like that, but then also survive some actual return damage in the earlier game when we don't have a lot of items and such like that, where that's going to be a bit more miserable and difficult to deal with because other people are going to have range. Other mages like Lux, for example, has range on us, so, you know, even though we can maybe land this and, you know, get to her pretty quickly, there's still the idea that she can kind of poke us with a lot more of her spells than we can with ours. We have the one, which is why I take Comet. Who would have thought a bot game could be this spicy? 1 to 3, it's almost a bit too real right now. Oh, am I gonna die here? I might die here again. Can I even take, oh wait. Yeah, I almost died there because I'm bad. I've stolen, wait, did I steal Lux's or Graves? Oh no, those are time stamps, never mind. I was about to say, which one was it? Ah, they're back to just full health, huh? So that's not a good example because there's like 3 people there and I was like, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna do it, and if I die, you know what? I guess we die. I'm still sticking. Oh wow. Since when did the intermediate bots do? I know it's intermediate bots, which is better than beginner bots, but when do bots flash in like that? Or is that the plot twist to this video? These are all actually players that I found that had the name like whatever bot. Maybe that's the plot twist. PvE is kind of wild like that. PvE also is far less toxic, on a side note, than the actual live servers. Like, people that are on the PvE understand that they're on the PvE, and if nothing else, they're like on their best behaviors. I've never seen so many people say GG well played, and at least seem like they mean it after games than I have on the PvE, so I will say that. Anyways, back to Sylas, back to some analysis, and like I'm basically trying to say though my analysis isn't like 100% factual, so I am giving you the idea behind some of this, because if you have been playing Sylas and you kind of feel the same way, that he kind of wants to stay in a battle a bit instead of just burst people, maybe you can, you know, give this idea a shot, even if not this exact build. You know, man, I just can't last hit. I can't last hit to save my life. Literally, I've died twice. Wait, I can still let this ultimate now. Ah, oh, jeez. Yeah, there we go. See what I mean, though? I kind of want to be in a fight longer right now. We're not done with these people yet. I don't think I can kill Graves here. I think Graves has to... No, we heal. That's right. We do the healing thing that people talk about. And that's actually the next point that I want to talk about. If you build a more bursty build, one of the things about it, the advantages about it, is the heal. The heal on this, damaging enemies, heals Sylas for like a certain amount, increased if I'm below 40% health. That's based off of an AP ratio. So the reason why that's kind of become a thing more than anything else, I think, is not so much even the damage and survivability. It's just the fact that if you're going to be in a fight and you want to survive, if your AP is high enough, you'll just heal, right? While you're in the fight, and you're basically building around the W. So that is definitely a possibility you can do that will like definitely... Can someone hit this, please? Thank you. What am I trying to say? We're fighting. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Trying to use the Kingslayer to dash off of that. Guess that was not a good idea. Anyways, what I was trying to say though was like, that's the kind of idea, right? Like, you are a melee AP champion, but they gave you this heal on this ability, and its function in its kit is because you probably want to stay longer in a fight. The longer you stay in a fight, the better you can do and use your passive more often. But it is dependent on the heal, which, even if you build the route that I'm building, we're going to have a lot of AP, so we're still actually going to heal for quite a bit. But that's the idea behind the burst build, right? So if you see anyone talk about that, or you've ever been curious about it, you're trying to do your own analysis for your own reasons, that's why the burst build, I think, is the strongest, and also why people go for it so much. It's because if you're doing a lot of AP, because you're building a lot of burst items, your heal is going to be fantastic on the W, the Kingslayer, by the time everything's all said and done. I'm going to go bot and meet Ezreal, because I want to get the Inferno Drake and just get some more damage that way too. But that's the logic behind the burst build, by the way, in case anyone's like, well, but I've heard the burst build's better, what are you doing this like damage over time foolishness for? Because you're probably iron for. And it's like, I ain't gonna even argue that. I didn't even place in a rank last season, actually. I got so busy with college and also trying to get better at my worst roles, which is not maybe. No, let's see if he dodges it. See, right? Like, especially because he's DPS, he could have kited me, but he's not smart enough to, I guess. So we just kill him here. But like, cool, I'll take it. Why is Lux talking about Ezreal's death? Okay, that's weird. Anyway, that might be a bug of some sort, because Lux is in the game, and like Sylas and Lux have, I don't even know, I just see people memeing about Lux and Sylas now. I'll let someone explain it to me. And here's my only problem. Here's my only problem with the burst build, I guess. I don't want to say problem, because it's not really a problem, but like, if the burst build is built around healing off the W needs a low enough cooldown to probably heal enough to really go into a fight and try and deal with a target, right? But how many of the burst items have like a lot of cooldown reduction in them? The answer is quite a bit, because after they did the change in patch 8.4, where like Ludens and all of them now have like, what's that thing called? Lost Chapter in them, which now has cooldown reduction in it. It is definitely a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. You take the right runes as well, you're gonna have some extra CDR, and you definitely got like a thing going on there, right? So I'm not even gonna act like, just because I don't want to build burst, that it's like bad or anything like that. I don't know, this definitely takes longer to do things and kill things because you're not bursting things, but I don't know, something about it I just like, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Also, on top of that, remember we want to go into like diving in right now, or just diving in with the chains and stuff? The thing about it is the first dash gives you a shield, kind of like Riven or something like that if you want to go that route. Who, by the way, headbutt, am I right? So the more AP you build, the burstier you guild. Yes, of course, a guild about being bursty. Isn't that League of Legends just right now? That's where they're nerfing damage and whatever. Anyways, the more burstier you build, the more the shield will be as well, the more the heal will be as well, so that's definitely some room there. I think it's more of me as a player and how bad I am, especially at this champion because they're new, but also just in general. I think I've gravitated toward this because it does work when it gets going, which is what I'm trying to get towards. Like, we're doing the damage over time, we're using the passive in between stuff, we're not going to start building a bunch of cooldown reduction. It's going to be great. But also probably more experienced players could already just make use of the burst and just like, it's not that detrimental to them that, you know, it's not maybe as much health or not as much defensive stuff because it's whatever. But that shield right there also makes him, because remember, he's also supposed to be able to jungle. So one of the things about this is all these abilities can be used on jungle like creatures, which is part of why I wanted to do the dragon for a while now. I hope my top lane isn't just getting absolutely obliterated like it, you know, is. It really is. Who would have thunk Jax, even in bot form, would have just been this bad right now to deal with, right? It's okay, I'm not being super critical. It's a bot game. No one really probably cares that much. I imagine no one's gonna be in the comment section like, oh my goodness, why didn't you rotate top and stop the Jax bot, right? Or they will because I brought it up to now be made fun of specifically. Sure, but like prior, probably not at all, right? I'm pretty sure. Let's just go beat up on Jax like right now. I wonder if I can steal his ultimate and what it looks like. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? Oh, that's where you're going. Away from me, because I'm whiffed. Yeah, see ya. Sure. It's bots. I can't brag about that. If anything, it's probably even worse that I missed some of those things. That's another thing on a side note about recording. I can't unlock the camera. If I unlock the camera, it like cancels the recording for some reason. I don't know what's wrong or what's up, but I'll look into it. But that's also, if you've been wondering, hey, why have you been playing on lock cam? That's why. I literally cannot not play on locked cam right now, or the recording will get ruined. It's the weirdest thing. I've never heard of an issue like that before, but it's a thing for me specifically. Apparently it's not a widespread thing. So now we get Lich Bane. The reason I get Lich Bane, the reason that this is the build right here, we have the damage over time, a little bit extra health. Lich Bane, meanwhile, will proc after an ability is used. It will proc then with the passive and pretty much make the passive a good chunk of your damage, while also making a lot of these things also still quite a bit of damage. Like, even though we're not building burst, we've built quite a bit of AP. So like our shield when we try and go in will still be a lot, right? The shield like still is that. I was hoping to hit the minion and like use the minion to get to him. I guess not. The Q will still be a thing. The Kingslayer will still be a thing. Wow, I'm just eating all of this? Am I really? Yeah, see how much the shield still kind of does, honestly. Let's just do a bad idea. That was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. So I guess 3 people are getting RP now, right? That's how this works, because I died 3 times. Why am I so bad? I don't understand. Of course, I mean, I know why I'm actually bad. So the thing about this build, the thing that really turns this build on, is that even though defensive items are coming, the final item, though, actually is going to be Death Cap. So we actually still get quite a bit of burst in this build as well. It's kind of like the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Oh, by the way, I can unlock the cam while I'm dead. While I'm dead, I can go do this, and apparently it's fine.
I had worse beatings in prison.
An ally has been
How did you have worse beatings in prison when your prison was just you? Oh, maybe that's like a psychological comment where he's like, I beat myself up mentally. Okay, this just went a turn I was not expecting it to go. Anyways, so the idea behind the first 3 items, you know, damage over time, the extra damage to make the passive a bit spicier, and then we're gonna get a bunch of burst damage so that we can really still utilize the healing and the shielding on the E and the W. Now what I should be doing is probably rotating mid to stop Graves and such, but no, probably not actually, because I've died 3 times in bots on, even though a champion that I shouldn't have probably died on anyways. Like, there's no excuse here. We're doing pretty bad already as it is, and I'm really just doing this as commentary to kind of explain my logic behind this. It's not, I won't dog myself and say it's bad. I just will say it's probably not the best, but I do keep bringing it up because I want to actually hear other people's opinion based off of the kit. And also, if there's something about the kit that I didn't really explain proper and you want to know maybe more about, feel free to ask that as well as we go over and we run for our lives. Just kidding, we're fighting. Yeah, you're dead, and you're dead. Oh, I guess Galio got the kill, that's fine. Jax, meanwhile, being Jax up top. Yeah, that's pretty good for the jungle too, especially like in the jungle. I'm not exactly sure what the build would be. The reason, and I'll also admit, part of the reason I came up with this build because when I saw Sylas, I thought they were going to be like a bruiser top laner, an AP bruiser top laner. It's been a while since I could think of like a bruiser AP champion that went top, right? Like you have like AP champions that are bruisers like Diana, or you have AP top laners like Rumble, but I couldn't think of the last time I thought of like an AP bruiser top laner, and so I thought Sylas was going to be a top laner for some reason, or maybe it was in one of the old champion roadmaps that I thought. That's the reason I thought, because it mentioned maybe top lane. I don't know, but since I'm wrong, and apparently it's supposed to be a mid laner anyways, then it doesn't really matter all that much. But that's also part of where this build came in, is because if you're going against tanks or bruisers up there, you're probably going to want like a bit more extra sustain and stuff, right? You're going to have enough burst from the mid lane. The mid laner is probably going to be bursty either as an assassin, even if they're AD assassin, right? They're going to try and maybe burst the target pretty quick with Sterix and all that. Or not Sterix, straight Dirk. Or you straight up just have like a mage mid laner, and they have like the straight up burst, and then you kind of have the damage over time burst. So admittedly, that's part of where this build comes in, is because I was thinking about, oh hey, well what if, you know, what would we build then to survive up there? What would we do with matchups up there? What's the situation up there when you got Urgot and Jax and things like that are possibly powerful right now, and blah blah blah. So that's why I say this is a bad way to build. Like, maybe this is, and here's the funny thing, maybe this will turn out to be a decent way to build him, and I'm just so bad at this game, I can't pull it off, right? Like, maybe this was like a Red Mercy video or something, he would have made this work just fine, or whatever, right? Not me, apparently. That's fine. I mean, I do have more kills than deaths, but it's a bot game, so like I said, it's not that impressive. One thing to note about the Q is that the second one just has to hit anything to be able to like use it. You don't actually have to hit like a champion or something. You can hit a monster, you can hit the minion wave, and the first one's just a dash. So it's not like Camille where like the first one has to hit a wall before you can use it at least. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure Jin wins that fight in the cinematic, right? Like, I'm 100% sure. Actually, you know what? Let's just take both of these.
Shut down.
And let's gank bot here. Because that's looking pretty bad for our team. See, whenever I have to use lock cam, I just constantly got to check the mini map to see where people are. So we got to go gank bot and help people out here because there's just a lot of people bot, a lot of enemies bot. We have our ultimate. Let's do it. We can do it. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. We're not dying more than 3 times, or else I don't know. I don't know. Shout out. I don't. Oh wow. Whoa. 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 Why was that a thing? That was. I don't know if you guys can see it because it maybe didn't work for y'all, but. What was that? That's probably why people don't play with locked camera. I was freaking out because I tried to do something and like the pathfinding kept making Sylas run towards people. I think it's when I tried to use the ultimate and try and click it on Graves. He kept running to try and get in range to get his ultimate, even though I started trying to backtrack. So maybe you guys can see the mouse too. I don't know. Probably if in the replay it maybe didn't show it, but that's why I was freaking out because I was like, no, we need to go backwards. I don't know why we're still going forwards. That's not a good idea. So yeah, that was an incident that happened. So yes, there we go. Anyways, we're not really surviving yet, but that's also because we're not really building the full build yet. I don't think we're gonna get the chance to build a full build. I don't think we get to build full build. Yeah, we just take Jax's ultimate. If Jax is really busted right now, then let's just be Jax. Like, that's how we go. I'm not saying he is busted, by the way. I'm just saying, like, if he is busted. Like, people will have different opinions about that, I'm pretty sure. If he's busted, well, then we can just be busted with him. How about that? That's the one thing about Sylas' ultimate. But let's talk about that real quick, because I know I've talked about everything else but that. And if you're watching this video, there's a chance you kind of are watching because you just want to know more about his kit, and I apologize. With his ultimate, basically you hijack a targeted enemy's ability, but there is a cooldown on it. Now granted, if it's an AD ability, you do convert it into AP based off of a ratio, and you can't just steal the same person's ultimate over and over. If you notice, the ultimate's cooldown is 10.66 seconds right now, and I'm not even at max CDR, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not even close to max CDR yet. Right, it gets pretty low, but you can't do it on the same target over and over. So I can't like go to Lux and be like, I'm just gonna steal your ultimate over and over here. It's like, nope, I stole it and now I can't probably steal Lux's ultimate for at least another minute. So kind of like how traditional ultimates get to, especially once you get to level 16 and stuff, how their cooldown can be like a minute 20, something like that around there. It's kind of like that if you want to use the same person's ultimate over and over, because maybe their ultimate's the most effective ultimate to use. So like Lux, for example, with the long range, maybe if I want to just use hers to kind of keep nuking this team that kind of doesn't have tanks, well, I have to wait a minute to actually use it. So there's the quote-unquote maybe balance. Jeez, I could have swore I dodged. So right here, if I use her ultimate, just kidding, because bots know how to dodge. I tried to take it, we didn't quite work. It might still be the matter of the fact that I can't actually use it still though. So that might still be a thing where we're not allowed to actually do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's that too. We can just take Zyra's ultimate and then do that as well. So now, this is where the build gets a bit more beefier if you want to kind of just duel some people. But you lose some damage because you're not building a lot of damage, right? Obviously, if you want to keep building AP but damage over time stuff and sustainability, you can look at maybe like, what's it called? Rod of Ages and such like that. For me, especially because this game has a lot of AP damage, one thing you could go, for example, is ability power here and get the Banshee shield. I'm just gonna go straight up this because this is why I'm kind of adamant about this build too when it comes together, right? Like, we miss some of the healing from not just building a lot of AD straight up, but we get some of it back because we build Spirit Visage, which increases healing that you do on yourself. So the healing you kind of do on this will be bumped up by that ability as well. So that's kind of why I'm like, yeah, this is why I kind of like doing this. This is the science behind this build. Now, again, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's even going to be the meta. I'm just saying, like, because of what I thought, like the lane I thought they were going to go and stuff like that. This is the, the thinking that I came up with. Nah, if you want to fight me, you gotta come fight me. If you want to fight me, come fight me. If you want to fight me, come fight me. If Lux is just going to eat that, then just eat that, that's fine.
Legendary.
I kept running back and forth, and it's like, yeah, that's not going to work. Also, Spirit Visage gives us more cooldown reduction, so there's that as well that I'm thinking of. Cloud Drake. Let's get a Cloud Drake, because that'll make chasing people a bit easier, which is part of why I took Ghost. That definitely is just kind of for this game specifically, so I can get around this map a lot faster. But it will help you, like, chase people down, get in range a bit more, and kite people. If you decide, like I've decided a couple times, no, I don't want this fight. I wonder if, even though this is a bot game, would people get mad if I put, like, the KDA in, like, the thumbnail or something, and be like, hey, look, I went 15-3. If anything, I feel like they're gonna probably be more mad that I died 3 times, right? Like, I imagine, oh, we're gonna die 4 times. There we go. All right. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Okay. It's just skill. All skill. On a dragon that really couldn't fight back all that well. Oh, I thought I had enough gold. Huh. Not as much skill. Skill downgraded. Anyways, so the point behind the science of this build is stuff like that, right? We have the Lich Bane to help the passive out. We have the damage over time, so we're staying in these fights. We do well. We still have Death Cap to still have like a bunch of AP. Now we're getting Spirit Visage because we kind of want to be able to... I can't see, but I'm pretty sure someone's there. Okay, sure. I messed that up. I messed that entire combo up. But yeah, for the extra healing, now I know we have enough gold. I know we got enough gold now. And then finally, what I would do for a final item is it kind of depends, right? You need more beefiness? Do you need more regen? Do you need more stuff like that? You go with a Warmog. Do you need more armor? Because actually, you know, the AD threats are starting to get a bit oppressive and stuff. You can go some items like this. If they have crit, you get Dead Man's Plate, again, to help you chase down people. You can even go Sunfire Cape because you want to be in the fight for longer. And that way, while you're on top of people, you're also burning them. Sunfire Cape is getting a buff in 9.2, as a matter of fact. It's on the PvE. And even though the official patch notes aren't out yet, that's still an option you could possibly go. One thing, of course, is your Baron taking ability. If you were a jungler, you probably don't want to go this route then. But I am not the jungler, so it's totally fine. There are no junglers in bot games. That's why bot games are so free usually. You don't have to worry about being ganked like ever. Imagine a world where you just never get ganked ever. No one anywhere. That sounds... Oh, okay, that was... I guess my team's getting killed mid. So also, if you think that you get kited pretty easily because you're a melee champion and you don't want to take Ghost, that's why I brought up Dead Man's Plate. Though Dead Man's Plate might be something you want to look at. That might be that. Oh no, you're dead. I'm sorry, buddy. You're so dead. You're kind of just dead. I can kind of do that, but I can't. I'm not that beefy that I can. You know what? I am that beefy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, this is not exactly what I mean. But it's kind of... Oh, why didn't we dash? We're supposed to dash for the shield. We could have killed all of them. 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 I thought I was gonna... maybe it wasn't on cooldown. I thought it was on cooldown. I went in because I was gonna dash and get the shield, which, as you see, the shield will be like for 400 plus another 180. That's what I was... Well, we have a Master Yi, so you know what? It's fine. But oh man, I was trying to be cool for the camera. Anyways, that was the idea. We still had quite a bit of healing, shielding, stuff like that. And also in that particular fight, I thought I was gonna get the shield off of this, which is why I did it. But that was a mistake, because I'm a mistake. So that just adds up. Cool, Master Yi, you're just gonna do your thing, buddy. You do what you always do. And they're ace, so the game is probably winding to a close. So my final thoughts is like, hey, The burst build is probably the best way to go, especially if you're going to be being mid lane and such like that. You'll probably have a front line, you'll probably have other means of CC and stuff to help your CC land more successfully, and as such be able to do your job a lot better as a burstier champion. On top of that, with higher AP ratios and higher burst items, your heal and your shield will also be stronger, so while you are in a fight for any duration of time, you'll be a bit more protected. The reason I came up with this build, A, thought he was going to be a top laner, B, the passive, I kind of wanted to utilize the passive a bit more and make him survivable, or more surviving in fights a bit longer than he felt like he was. And then on top of that, we still do have quite a bit of burst and healing to be able to make use of. So there's still that as well. So, oh wait, the fight, I guess the game's not quite over yet, but if Ezreal wants to run at me, let's run, my dude. Let's go. Come on. Right, especially because of damage over time, right? So even if I don't 100% kill them with the Comet and the Q, they're going to burn a bit, and they're going to have to deal with that, so there is that too. But like, for example, just a little quick side note, I can steal Lux's ultimate right now. And she can sidestep it, because she's just like the best Lux sidestepper ever. Oh wow, I might be in trouble actually. I might like actually be in trouble. Dash, 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 never mind, I got a shield. See how powerful that is? Look how powerful that is. Like, it's just... And look at all the healing we just did because I went back in. Right, I'm taking damage now because of the plants and minions, but like I did a bunch of healing in that moment, and it was really good. Be proud of me. Yeah, we can probably just end the game right now, but like we dash, we use the passive, we use Lich Bane, tower taking's pretty good. Okay, so this is the end of the game, and as the end of the game is going, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, the actual subscribe button, but I don't know which video will be next. Oh wait, whoops. I don't know which video will be next, because life can have a lot of kinks. So until this time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Thank you for watching, and enjoy pizza responsibly.